Okay, so I've been gathering the data to answer the question: is caregiver shortage a myth?
Families caring for the elderly or disabled can face difficult choices. Keeping a loved one at home often requires home health aides.
But there is a shortage, and as
The nationwide worker shortage has left many essential jobs unfilled. Now, one of those frontline positions in desperate need is at-home caregivers. There's no shortage of demand among those in need of at-home care, but what's missing is the hands to help.
Well, my answer is found on this book, The Paradox of Choice: Why More is Less.
In fact, only 20% of home health care workers stay in their job over a year. It's a lot of inconsistency that in turn leads to a lot of anxiety in the elderly.
Wait, so not only is there a shortage in caregivers, but an inconsistency too? To me, the problem is the disconnect between the supply and the demand. This is where the myTS app creates that connection. Let me show you how. So to start, let me share our findings. Using market data and market data analytics, our developers discovered the disconnect between the supply and the demand, where the supply is the caregivers and the demand is the employer. With a simple concept to expand flexibility and improve engagement, the goal of the myTS app is for the supply to meet demand. The more equals less philosophy can affect employers. Without proper tools, finding the right candidate can cause poor time management, low morale to the team, client dissatisfaction. The app will match the employer with ideal candidates based on availability. The app will use AI technology to filter out any unqualified candidates based on availability. The app is integrated with the city's transit, which will pinpoint candidates who will be able to commute to the required zone. The goal is to maximize productivity, keep team motivation high, and a satisfied client.
So question, how will the app expand flexibility?
The app will expand flexibility by creating a network of caregivers throughout the city using affiliated marketing with establishments who produce the supply. Now, to improve engagement, let me show you 3 features that will help with this. Alright, so first, feeds. This is where the employer creates a post. Employer activity keeps the candidates motivated and engaged. Use the job feed to post any upcoming opportunities, events, milestones for candidates to stay motivated and engaged. Quick view on how the caregiver will view the post. The post would include a picture of the neighborhood, job title, hours, days, and nearby transportation. If the caregiver chooses to learn more, by clicking view more details, they will view the employer's phone number and call if interested. Using the caregiver interface, we can show you the second feature. Second, the Match Me switch. This is a feature that turns on a ready to work notice to bring the caregiver's profile to the start of the shuffle. This switch turns off every 24 hours, ensuring activity for better engagement. Quick view on how the employer will see this ready switch. Ready to work. Not ready. Alright, so there, the match section. On this section, caregivers will receive offers. Caregivers will have 3 options to respond within 2 minutes before the offer expires: accept, reject, need more time. If the caregiver does accept the offer, her profile will instantly be moved from available to working. Finding the right candidate has never been easier. With a friendly employer interface, the employer will be able to navigate, filter, and match with the ideal candidates. Engineering optimization is key. By entering the exact required availability and zone, the employer will ensure the best matches. The app separates the candidates versus hired caregivers with a compliance badge. It is on the employer's discretion to grant the candidates the compliance badge. To grant, we search in the caregiver who has a grant a badge status on the right corner. To grant a badge, press simple, click accept, and this caregiver will be moved to the compliance section. After filtering correctly, employees will search to review candidates' profiles. Let's do a quick search. Filtering, language, okay. Transportation, okay. Let's put the 7 train. Client. So we have active filters. Let's see what we get. Profile includes name, location, availability, language, a short bio, and commute options. Swiping left rejects candidates. To review the next, swiping right sends the candidate a job offer, which includes the name of the employer and the number where to call for details. Once the employer selects a candidate, the profile will be moved to the match section. On the match section, we wait for a decision with a 2-minute time elapse. Once the time expires, 2 options will generate. Let's see what happens. 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we 2 options generated. First, feedback. Employees rate the caregiver's engagement. Feedback is required for a caregiver to be removed from the list. Feedback will also help examine caregiver better for future offers. The warm transfer. If employer selects warm transfer, the administrator on the myTS app will receive a notification. A warm transfer between the caregiver and the employer will be processed to confirm engagement. Now, it is important to note the app is not trying to recreate the wheel. Personally, I believe the toughest part of the industry is matching the right caregiver with the right client, making the coordination part the toughest yet the most rewarding part of the industry. I can also say the app will not replace the recruiters. No AI program can replace the agency representation that recruiters do. With that being said, the app is an additional tool that can be used for both coordination and recruitment department. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the attention. If you want to become an affiliated or want to learn more, the email will be somewhere around here. Thanks again. Deuces.